Graduation is an annual rite of passage for high school seniors, an opportunity to celebrate 13 years worth of friendships, hard work, and amazing academic accomplishments. It pains us that due to COVID-19, the class of 2020 will not have the traditional graduation ceremony, full of pomp and circumstance that our seniors deserve. Today, we celebrate the class of 2020 with this official virtual graduation, which follows the personal awarding of diplomas to students during small family ceremonies at schools the past 2 weeks. Born while a nation was grieving 9/11 and graduating under the cloud of an international pandemic, the lessons learned and the skills strengthened during the past 18 years will make the class of 2020 stronger, able to tackle and overcome any challenges that lie ahead, and ready to lead us into the future. We are excited that you have joined us today as Chesterfield County Public Schools celebrates and honors the class of 2020.
Welcome to Meadowbrook High School's 56th commencement exercise. At this time, we ask that everyone stand to join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Before we move further, I would like to pause for a brief moment of silence for those that have passed away due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Thank you. I would also like to thank all of our essential workers throughout the state and nation that risk their lives every day to ensure our safety and support our well-being. My name is Dr. Marcie Terry, principal of Meadowbrook High School, and on behalf of our faculty and staff, we thank you for joining us for this momentous occasion. I know how much today means to our senior monarchs, and even though we are not able to physically celebrate together at the Siegel Center, we are still celebrating. We are celebrating life, health, and the milestone of your high school graduation. Not even a global pandemic can take away that accomplishment from you. Today is your day. So again, welcome. Dr. Doherty, Superintendent of Chesterfield County Public Schools, will now share a special message with the class of 2020.
Optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence. Quote from Helen Keller. Meadowbrook High School, class of 2020, congratulations on meeting this very important stage in your life. Thank you for the many accomplishments through your educational career, years of learning, volunteering, involvement in the arts, clubs, activities, and representing your school in athletic programs. I ask that you take a moment, grab a piece of paper, write down a few enjoyable memories that you've had at school and with your friends. As you are thinking about these memories and writing them down, I am hopeful that will bring a smile to your face and enjoyment to your soul. Van Gogh stated, "A person sees the world by what they carry in their heart." End of quote. You may also want to remember teachers and staff at school who have helped you get through this journey in this stage of life. Take time. Send a note to them. Show them you appreciate that they were building into your life. By the way, don't forget your parents, grandparents, and family members for their commitment and dedication to help you finish this stage of your journey. There is more to come in your life's journey. Your job, college, military, marriage, children, I can go on and on. You will now begin to experience the next stage of your life. The foundations of your character are set into place. It is now extremely important for you to set high standards for this journey. Pick the right people to walk alongside you. Pick people who want to see you reach higher goals. People who believe in you. People who will lift you up. No matter what your actions and behaviors look like in the past, the next steps of your journey will set the path forward. D. Johnson stated, "Success in anything will always come down to this: focus, effort, and you control both." End of quote. Life is too short to stand around and wait. Reach for success in life. Whatever you decide to accomplish in life, be a superstar with that opportunity. Don't sell yourself short of what you can do, and let people help you get there. Remember, it is not what happens to you in life that makes a person, but how you react to the events of life that matters. At this time, I would like to read the names of the 2 seniors who were selected by Meadowbrook High School to receive the Superintendent Scholarship Award. First, Donovan Sharp, who will be attending Norfolk State University in the fall, and Azir Lewis, who will be attending VCU in the fall. Congratulations to both. I wish you the very best. In closing, may the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face towards you and give you peace. Class of 2020 from Meadowbrook High School, again, congratulations. Be bold and be courageous and make a difference in this world. God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our Dale District School Board Representative, Mrs. Debbie Bailey.
Congratulations, class of 2020. When I got elected to the school board and was informed that I had to make a speech at high school graduations as part of my responsibilities, I'm not gonna lie, I was terrified. I guess COVID-19 did me one favor. I get to record this speech in an empty studio. But I still had to write a speech. Faced with writing a meaningful, memorable speech, I did what anyone would do. I Googled it. I searched memorable graduation speeches. The top 15 most memorable graduation speeches will give you all kinds of great words of wisdom. One will tell you that the greatest gift you can give yourself right now in your life is to decide that you are going to commit to the journey, not the outcome. Ellen DeGeneres will tell you to be true to yourself. Steve Jobs told his graduates to love what they did because the only way to do great work is to love the work you do. Admiral William McRaven told University of Texas graduates the most important thing to do each morning is to make your bed, while Barack Obama said to fight for a seat at the table. Reading the top 15 graduation speeches inspired and motivated me, but also confused me as to how I was going to say anything memorable to you, the class of 2020. There are so many important lessons in life that you are just beginning to learn. I could talk to you about the importance of honesty, loyalty, respect, responsibility, and on and on. It was daunting to try to pick one character trait to center my speech around that would have meaning and be worthy of the 3 minutes I was given to talk to you. The one thing I knew for certain was that I did not want to spend my time talking about COVID-19 and the quarantine. I am certain you will not forget the crazy end to your senior year. So what I decided to do was to tell you a story, a true story about how you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So be careful with every step in your life. When I was in 8th grade, I was going to be a veterinarian. I was sure of it. I found myself sitting in Rose Gill's world history class. I liked history, but it was history. What did I care about ancient Greece when I knew I was going to be a veterinarian? I went on to high school and college, and at some point, the realization that you needed to be really good at math and science in order to get in vet school caught up with me. I was making great grades in all of my English and history courses, but I wasn't showing much aptitude for the math and sciences. As many of us do along our educational path, I changed my mind. I got inspired by some great educators, and I decided I wanted to be a teacher. specifically a history teacher. I graduated from college with a license to teach, and I started applying for teaching jobs. My very first interview was back at my old middle school. I walked into the office, and sitting there to interview me was my 8th grade history teacher, Mrs. Gill. Throughout the entire interview, all I could think about was, what was I like in her class? Did I talk too much? And I'm sure that I did. Did I make good grades? Oh my gosh, this woman held my future in her hands. Yet, it was going to be her first impression of me that very well may impact whether I got this job or not. As it turned out, I must not have been horrible in her class because I got that job and I taught at that school for the next 25 years. The lesson here is be careful. You never know who you're going to encounter that may hold your future in their hands. Be the best version of yourself always. Show your best self when interacting with everyone, from friends to store clerks to waitresses to even what you post in social media, especially to what you post on social media. And remember, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. Class of 2020, go and impress the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our student speaker for this year's commencement exercises. He is a member of the National Honor Society, Beta Club, Chorus, Spanish Club, International Dance Team, and the Interact Club. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our senior class president, Mr. Irvin Hernandez.
Hello friends, family, faculty, and staff at Meadowbrook. I'm Irvin Hernandez, and I'm your senior class president. This year has been the most stressful year I've ever had to endure in my life. And I'm guessing that is true for many of you. We lost our prom, our flag ceremony, and most importantly, our graduation. But we are strong, because we are the class to remember. We are the class that was born at a difficult time. We are the class that went from no technology to it being everywhere and having to adapt. And most importantly, we are the class that has to put ourselves to the side so we can help others by staying home. I applaud all of you for that. I also want to recognize the many doctors, nurses, and cleaning staff that put their lives at risk every day to help combat the virus. And I applaud and honor all the work you put in. Thank you. Meadowbrook has been my high school since the first day I walked in my freshman year. And let me tell you, I was very terrified. I was told that it's hard at Meadowbrook and that people could be rude. Who wouldn't be scared when someone tells you that? I let the better judgment of others cloud the reality of my school. In the 4 years attending Meadowbrook, I witnessed people who loved and expressed themselves like the chorus or in the theater. Thank you, Mr. Hughes, Ms. Mitchell, and Mr. Solomon. I've witnessed those who love sharing their culture like the International Dance Team and Spanish Club. Thank you, Mr. Taveras and Senora Street. And I witnessed groups that helped empower people like the Girls Group, who was ran and organized by fellow graduates Azara Lewis and Solange Oliver. They showed women empowerment is not just money and status. It's confidence in who you are and what you believe in. These things helped me realize who I am and that I should work to be me, not what others think I should be. The actions and kindness of others here at Meadowbrook helped me embrace every key part of who I am and to remember that I am a proud first-generation Latino whose parents left their families and their lives so I can have a better one and not be scared to be who I want to be. And I thank you, Mom and Dad. No one should be scared to express themselves and show who they truly are. No dream is too big nor too small. A quote that has moved me ever since I heard it, and still does to this day, is, in every position that I've been in, there have been naysayers who don't believe I'm qualified or who don't believe I can do the work. And I feel a special responsibility to prove them wrong. This was said by Sonia Sotomayor, the first ever Latina Supreme Court Justice Judge. And I'm proud we as a country have progressed so much that we're starting to include everyone and be able to speak and express themselves and be more accepting of one another. MBK has constantly showed us that with knowledge, you can go a long way, no matter if you're white, black, Latino, blue, purple, or whatever. You have a place in our hearts and a place at MBK. We should help one another when someone is in need. Don't make a foe, make a friend, because there's enough hatred in the world that we should stand arm in arm and embrace one another. Thank you to every parent, family member, guardian, friend, and most importantly, teachers. Because without teachers, we wouldn't be here. Special thanks to Ms. Estep and Ms. Baskerville, because you believed in me, and we couldn't have made it without people like you. Mis padres llegaron de El Salvador en los 90s, y gracias a ellos estoy hablando y viviendo una vida mejor. Todos nuestros padres han tenido la misma lucha para darle una vida mejor para nosotros, y tenemos que darle gracias a ellos. Esta oración no solo es para nosotros, es también para nuestros padres que han puesto sus vidas en la línea para dejar sus países, para que podamos lograr hacer nuestros sueños una realidad. Y ahora con el virus, ustedes todavía más que todo están poniendo sus vidas en la línea todos los días que trabajan para pagar los biles. Y ustedes nos enseñaron que la vida normal y segura no es donde estamos, es con quién estamos y quién nos apoya. Todos nuestros logros son para ustedes y que viva Latinoamérica. Y para mi mami y mi papi, gracias. Ustedes solo vinieron con $10 en sus bolsas y hicieron una vida con esos $10. Y sí, hemos tenido tiempos buenos y malos durante los 13 años que yo estaba en escuela. Pero con el amor y apoyo, yo sé que tengo unos padres que me aman y por eso les doy gracias a mis padres, por creer en mí y los amo mucho. Well, at Meadowbrook, graduates, thank you and congratulations, because we are the class of 2020. We made it.
In keeping with our senior traditions, it gives me great pleasure to announce the valedictorian and salutatorian of the Meadowbrook High School class of 2020. Our salutatorian is Ms. Shrera Jessica Kim. And our valedictorian for the class of 2020 is Ms. Taiwo Adepoju. Congratulations. Every year, the principal of Meadowbrook High School awards one graduating senior the Mac D. Moore Principal's Award. In keeping with this distinguished monarch tradition, the award is given to one Meadowbrook senior that has distinguished him or herself above their peers. This year's recipient is no exception to this rule. Here are a few fun facts about this year's recipient. This student is a member of the Principal's Advisory Council. They are also a softball and basketball player. They are also a member of our International Baccalaureate Specialty Center. They aspire to become a mechanical engineer and plan to attend Clemson in the fall. It gives me great pleasure to award Meadowbrook High School's highest award to Miss Madison Howard. I want to begin by saying how proud I am of each and every one of our class of 2020 graduates. You have reached a major milestone in your life that will catapult you into your future. As I sat contemplating what I would say to you all today, the first thing that came to mind was, wow, what a time to be alive. Social distancing has made social media even more of a major component of our daily lives. Zoom and TikTok have become household names, and face masks are not only a necessity, but also a fashion statement. Yet, in these uncertain times, when we have to be equally aware of the health of ourselves and others, when the traditional senior year experiences and perhaps the first part of your freshman year in college may appear different, you have arrived. You achieved exactly what you set out to do. Despite all of the challenges you may have encountered, you are a success. Take a moment to take this in. Be present, acknowledge it, own it, and pat yourselves on the back. Also, take a moment to thank those that supported you in this journey. Your parents, teachers, counselors, administrators, and families. Their support of your efforts over the years should not go unnoticed. Although this is my first year with you as your principal, I have no doubt that this moment means so much to you and your families for a variety of reasons. For some of you, this may be the first high school diploma earned in your family. For others, This may be the springboard to the great and new experiences, whether you are entering the military, workforce, or are headed to college or the university of your choice. Most importantly, as you move forward from this moment, I challenge you to not only continue on your path to success, but to take all of the experiences and lessons learned with you. Be thankful for them, as they have helped to build strength and character. I have no doubt that greatness lies ahead for all of you, and I feel truly honored to have been a part of your journey. To the class of 2020, congratulations, Monarchs. Job well done. You have arrived.
Adila Abdillah, Dawn Adams, Kehinde Adepoju, Taiwo Adepoju, Catherine Adki Salvatierra, Joana Aguilar Escobar, Paul Aquilo, Victoria Alade, Alyssa Alexander, Alfredo Alfaro Serna, Malik Alay, Hamir Allen, Milagros Almonte, Denise Almonte, Jonathan Alston, Simon Alston, Gary Ampey Jr., Victoria Anaya, Honesti Anderson, Cameron Andrews, Taeja Anthony, Catalina Arce, Jennifer Algueta, Justin Arias, LeFons Armstead, Nadine Ariola Obando, John Artis, Xavier Atkinson, Sadie Austin, Diana Aviles Soriano, Esperanza Ayala, Areli Ayuso, Jacqueline Azurdia Diaz, Walter Valcarcel, Leslie Valcarcel Pelaez, Christian Baptist, Eric Barber, Tumila Barksdale, Lauren Barlow, Juan Barnes, Jefferson Barrera Diaz, Christopher Bartley, Malik Batchelor, Dontel Beard II, Jeremy Bedoya, Madison Belcher, Amari Belizaire Bowman, Zira Bennett, Trevon Bentley, Tania Berry, Jaylyn Blackstone, Javion Bland, Kevin Bonilla, Guillermo Bonilla, Gabriela Bonilla Tomasino, Ricasius Boyd, Tariq Bradley, Nathaniel Bragg, Parish Branch, Kali Breedlove, Zakira Briggs, Isaiah Brooks, Shakoria Brown, Imani Brown, Jekiah Brown, Savion Brown, Yanaye Brown, Ashley Brown, Trinity Brown Player, Danielle Bryant, Reginald Bryant Jr., Zion Bonds, Nikki Burnett, India Butler, Asia Kane, Luis Calderon Jr., Yinas Calderon, Jocelyn Calderon Castro, Micaiah Cameron, Ophia Campbell, Roberto Campos, Tania Canales Aquino, Alejandrino Cano Reyes, Janaya Capano, Kenya Carcamo Hernandez, Cindy Cárdenas Hernandez, Emily Cardosa, William Carslis, Fernando Carrera Catalan, Paola Carrera Martinez, Jacques Carrington, Ashley Carter, Philip Carter, Tiffany Chavez, Sakura Cherry, Damian Che, Brandon Chin, Malik Childs, Nashe Chris, Alexis Christian, Jamil Shuthari, Sincere Clark, Bryce Coffin, Frankeya Coleman, Zekiah Coley, Nicholas Collette, Janita Collins, Michaela Compare, Jessica Contreras, Carter Copeland, Morris Correas Chirino, Wendy Coronado, Christopher Cortez León, Fatima Cortez Valle, Alexis Kowick, Malik Cox, Micaiah Cox, Isaiah Crowley, Mackenzie Crumble, Xavier Crumbly, Shirley Cruz Vasquez, Alaya Kudoy, Carlos Cuellar Carrera, Tashe Dabney, Anika Dadwell, Erica Michelle DeJay, Janaya Darden, Derek Davila, Joseph Davis Jr., Kenyel Davis, Tiana Davis, Francisco de Jesus, Erwin de León Trujillo, Abel Salim Degante, Kayla Delaney, Jordan Dennis, Talia Dickinson, Jennifer Dominguez, Jeremy Dominique, Heidi Donis Argueta, Giovanti Dorsey, Chase Douglas, Leon Drake, Zaria Dooms, Eric Duo, Quantavian Isley Santiago, Ezekiel Edwards, Rain Eclock, Myra Elias, Kaylee Epps, Ingrid Eri Castilla, Angel Estrada, Diana Estrada Hernandez, Taquan Evans, Jaquel Evans, Jordan Evans, Zaria Fensoroy, Anthony Flores, Myra Flores, Sergio Flores, Lydia Flowers, Datron Fountain, Steve Franco, Bryson Friels, O'Brien Fife, Leili Garcia, Antonia Garcia Melendez, Rubén Garcia Pérez, Nolvi Garcia Ruiz, Itana Gardner, Maya Gary, Joshua Galston, Jabri Gilliam, Omar Hiron, Aileen Godoy, Edwin Godoy Hueso, Giovanni Gomez Arias, Alfredo González Acosta, Jennifer González González, Jason González Peláez, Dana Graham, José Granados Ruiz, Shakaya Gray, Zenaya Gray, Cayman Green, Destiny Green, Lemondre Greg, Early Guerrera Mejia, Maria Guevara, Jordan Gunter, Gadaija Gumto, Stephen Guzman, Edwin Guzman, Jennifer Guzman Castillo, Stephen Guzman Corvera, Joshua Hall, Mickey Harris, Alana Harrison, Nathia Hatkins, Viasia Hatcher, Isaiah Hawks, Cameron Hayes, Damonia Hayes, Marcellus Heflin, Shayna Hernandez, Irving Hernandez, Marlon Hernandez Marquez, Jordan Hernandez Pais, Shanice Hitch, Dijada Hobbs, Jawan Hutchins, Madison Howard, Jalik Huggs, Juliana Hintz, Sarah Ingram, Shaki Jackson, Naquan Jackson, Tierra Jaques, Ariana Jefferson, Justin Jennings, Hector Jimenez Leiva, Derek Johnson Jr., Isaac Johnson, Jayla Johnson, Jonathan Johnson, Kershard Johnson, Tyrell Johnson, Jalen Johnson, Tyel Johnson, David Kaiser, Jalen Kelly, Daniel Kennedy, Shreyra Kim, Tazia Kirkpatrick, Andrea Kidsmiller, Seed Klinger, Kristen Knight, Jackson Lamb, Gwendolyn Longhorn, Amir Lewis, Thomas Lewis Jr., Tyrese Lewis, Azaria Lewis, Dante Lewis, Jose Lopez, Pedro Lopez Hernandez, Sanaya Lovin, Ryan Lones, Ruben Lozano Gonzalez, Brian Luna, Diamond Macklin, Cindy Madrid Vega, Jalen Mans, James Manukian, Kivon Marrow, Rebecca Marshall, Ariana Martin, Jonathan Martin, Adriana Martinez, Edwin Martinez, Laura Martinez, Valeria Martinez, Adriana Martinez Cubillas, Erika Martinez Orihuela, Joaja Mason, Julie Mayberry, Emmeline Mayorga del Cid, Shamel McKinney, Razel Mackenzie, Michael Mejia, Rita Mena, Eden Mendez Paz, Jason Mendoza Villegas, Brandon Merino, Lorenzo Minter, Samuel Mitchell, Jocelyn Morales, Corani Moore Espinal, Brianna Moreno, Luis Moreno Jr., Kelsey Morgan, David Muñiz Bernal, Oscar Navarrete Parada, Tway Gay, Lynn Gay, Jalen Noble, Aja Nuttall, Solange Oliver, Joshua Olives, Jose Ordonez, Joaquín Ordonez, Luis Ortega, Elvira Osegueda Ramos, Angel Overby, Naomi Pacas, LeSean Pat Jr., Jose Palos, Liana Patterson, Jorge Paz, Chelsea Pedraza, Juliana Peláez Tusht, Diego Perdomo Rodriguez, Kennedy Peyton, Sheen Pelps, Jayla Phillips, Jennifer Pineda Escobar, Haley Pitchford, Tejan Pittman, Douglas Pixbage Pop, Brianna Platter, Alejandra Portillo, Armando Prado, Jaquiera Ragland, Amaya Rolfe, Johnny Ramirez, Carlos Ramirez Reyes, Victor Ramirez Beliz, Mónica Ramirez Torres, Rihanna Ramsey Azandani, Terrian Randolph, Brandon Randolph-Mason, Axel Roscoe, Samara Reed, Cameron Reeves, Ramsey Reck, Yesenia Reyes Orihuela, McKee Rice, Carrie Rivera Pineda, Shayla Robertson, Anayai Robinson, Khalil Robinson, Kayla Robinson, Sierra Robinson, Brian Rodas, Ethan Rodriguez, Gustavo Rodriguez León, Catherine Rodriguez Ochoa, Daniela Romero Villalobos, Pedro Rosario, Cameron Roser, Divine Roy Black, Norma Sache, Jada Scott, Shadler Seen, Brenda Cervellón, Jack Cervellón Diaz, Donovan Sharp, Jada Shearing, Breon Shelton, Savannah Shrewberry, Asian Slappy, Israel Smith, Trequan Smith, Davion Solomon, Antonio Starks, Ariel Staton, Brandon Stewart Jr., Shaquanda Stitt, Devontae Strauss, Lisandro Suazo, Jonathan Subiaga, Rainey Tang, Laekyn Taylor, Mackenzie Terrell, Adasia Thomas, Nakia Thomas, Radasia Thomas, Owen Thompson, Crystal Thompson, Zachary Tor, Masan Tigner, Joan Torres, Layson Trutman, Tanisha Turner, Kevin Urbina Tobar, Robert Valencia, Ivania Valle Mosa, Luis Vasquez Centeño, Daniel Velasquez, Janai Venable, Ashley Virgil Arrieta, Samantha Villatoro, Nung Vo, Madison Wandel, Kiasia Ward, Tyrell Ward, Kiana Ware, Ari Washington, Kamaya Washington, Eleandra Watkins, Deshawnee White, Irek White, Isaiah Wickham, Jamie Wilkins Henderson, Ashawn Williams, Branson Williams, David Williams Jr., Breon Williams, Arlisa Williams, Kenisha Wilson, Joshua Wilson, Sana Winston, Lloyd Worsham, Avery Young, Devon Young.
In light of the COVID-19 global pandemic, graduates have already had the opportunity to pick up their diplomas. Dr. Doherty, I certify that these candidates have met the requirements established by the Commonwealth of Virginia and Chesterfield County, and they are eligible to receive their diplomas. Graduates, please move your tassels from right to left. Congratulations to the class of 2020. Graduates, as you transition to your next stage in life, continue to make Meadowbrook High School and Chesterfield County Public Schools proud. Remember that we are one, and let your monarch pride forever reign in your hearts. Thank you.